Are you finding yourself doom scrolling every night before bed? You say you're only going to scroll for 15 minutes and then 3 hours pass you by. Are you always seeking external validation from every time you post something? You're looking at the likes, you're checking your follows, you're checking the comments, you're looking at the engagement, totally lost in comparison mode. Well, in this video, we're going to be giving you 5 practical tips to help you recover from social media burnout. If you're new here, my name is Jessie.
And I'm Bee.
And welcome to our channel. If you're returning, thank you so much for being here. We're so grateful that you're here and that you exist. And we're going to go right into it.
Awesome.
So, what's number 1, Bee?
The first practical tip is doing a follower sort of but a follower inventory. So checking everyone that you follow. So going through, if you follow thousands of people on Instagram, this is going to be a big thing.
Big undertaking.
But weeding out what's your vibe and what is not your vibe. I think a lot of us follow different accounts that maybe we followed at some point in time, but they're just not resonating anymore. So what is the point of putting your energy out? Especially if you're not seeing their content either.
Right. And if you have if you're following thousands and thousands and thousands of accounts, maybe it's not the best to have to go through one by one, but you could just do wow, what was I just trying to say?
Acquire?
No. Wow, I can't think of the word. But go through your list of followers and just 10-15 minutes a day, right?
Yeah, you don't have to do them all. You don't have to go through it all in one sitting.
That's way too much.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
A little bit at a time.
Or maybe when you're just scrolling on your feed, right, and you see something, you're like, I don't know why I follow this anymore. Just go and follow.
Yeah.
Unfollow as you go.
Unfollow as you go. Because also think about it. We are all energy, right? And so when our energy is dispersed amongst all those different accounts, even if it's you never see that person's posts, you don't really vibe with their content anymore, it's okay, what's the point? Why do I have to unfollow them? A part of your energy is dispersed with their energy. Do you still want that connection, even if it's just a simple follow on Instagram? That means a lot.
Sure don't. So
think about that.
That's number 1. So number 2 on the list is consuming more consciously. And what we mean by that is, I can speak from experience. I go through at least once a month now, and I go and unfollow accounts that either I just don't really engage with, or they don't engage with me, or there's no reciprocal energy, or I just don't vibe with the content that they're putting out. And then I go in and I've been following more conscious creators, people who put out more mindful content that aligns with where I'm at in my life.
Yeah, I think a good test for this is to sort of maybe scroll a little bit, see what's on your feed, wherever you're at, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and start checking in with how you're feeling after you're watching a certain video, a certain creator, that sort of thing. If it's making you feel good and inspired and motivated, that's a good indicator of what that means. If it's making you feel the opposite, draining your energy, not really feeling fulfilled, just sort of well, that was weird, then that's really good information too. So that's where you can start to see how much of your consumption is conscious and how much of it is very just a depletion of energy. It really sucks your energy when it's not conscious. And you can see a million funny things. I'm all for following funny accounts, that's great. But if you're seeing that all the time and it's no real takeaway, what's the point?
What are you gaining? What value are you getting out of that? And the same goes for real life. You can use that in real life. That's a real life tip with people that you find yourself around. Ooh, do I feel really depleted and empty after being around this person? Totally drained of my life force energy? Or do I feel inspired and lifted up and they bring value to the table and it feels reciprocal? So the same thing can go in real life. So with that, number three.
Number three.
Number three, baby.
Number three are those amazing little app limit reminders, timers, whatever it is that they're called.
Mm-hmm.
There are those limits on your phone. I know on an iPhone you can do it, and you can go in and set, okay, I want to be on these apps for this amount of time every day. And once it hits this amount of time, I'm going to get a little notification that says your time is up. And so you can choose, obviously to ignore it, to follow it, whatever you want to do. But the important thing is that you are being more conscious in that, oh, I've reached an hour or I've reached 2 hours. That's a good indicator for me of where I'm at.
Right. No, I actually, I used to use those, and then I would bypass it and like continue to scroll.
Yeah.
And then I would get another notification like, hey.
And would you bypass that one too?
Yeah, I would.
Oh my God.
And then before I knew it, because I gave myself like, I think maybe a 15
The 15 minute, yeah, that's what it is.
And then I would end up being on my phone for like an hour, and then I would just feel so terrible after. And I'm like, I have to stop doing this to myself. Which leads me into our fourth point, is not sleeping with your phone in your room. That might be a little tough, challenging for some people. Some people are going to watch this and be like, what? Like, you don't sleep with your phone in the room? Or you don't like doom scroll before you go to sleep? I used to. And I kind of cold turkeyed it. I got to a point where I was like, I don't want to feel this way before I go to sleep every night. I'm consuming way too much content. It's affecting my sleep, and I want better for myself, and I deserve better, so I'm going to do better for myself.
Yeah. It wreaks havoc on your nervous system when you doom scroll before bed, because maybe it feels good in the moment and you're getting those dopamine hits, but when you go to lay your head down at night and you turn the phone off finally, you can, if you feel that pulsation in your ear, you know what I'm talking about, right? That is like a sign of being super overstimmed.
Totally And what's really crazy is I used to find myself being so overstimulated by being around people, and then I would go to my phone thinking that, I'm overstimulated. I need to like just get on my phone and scroll so I can decompress. Like, you're actually just making it worse.
Yeah.
You're becoming even more dysregulated and overstimulated.
That's not real decompression. Sorry to say.
Sorry. So, number 5.
Number 5 is to
emotionally detaching from the outcome. So what we mean by that is whether you are a content creator or a content consumer, or maybe you're a mix of both, detaching from the outcome when you go to post something, right? Detaching from the outcome of like how many likes you're gonna get, maybe if it's gonna go viral, maybe like your followers, any comments, things like that. I found in my experience, especially with our shared business account, I got so attached to our follower count, and for the longest time it wouldn't budge past a certain number, and it was because I was so attached to the outcome of our followers. And when I let that go, it's just like they just came flooding in.
Again, back to the energy piece of it all. Think about in a relationship, and this is like the most obvious example I can give anyone, and they pretty much get it. So when I was seeing a lot of couples in my marriage and family therapy practice, I would see a really common sort of dynamic. One person would be a pursuer, pursuing their partner, pursue, or another word for that is chase. And then the other person would be the distancer. And they would just be so put off by the pursuer, and it would just be this cycle, pursuing, distancing. And I would say, the more you pursue, the more this person's going to distance. So something's got to shift. It can kind of be the same sort of thing. If you're pursuing, putting so much pressure, chasing, being so attached to what it is that you want to have with the outcome, that thing, you're blocking it, you're stopping it, you're pushing it farther and farther away. So while it's important to have that vision of what it is that you want, right? Because we want to be clear in our manifestations, we want to have goals, that's important. But the key is, and it's a paradox, is to not get so attached to it. And that is one of the biggest lessons of my lifetime, because I'm a person that gets attached quick. I get very attached. I'm very loyal. I'm like this. I'm very like disciplined. So I want to keep it, you know, in the forefront all the time. No, we got to practice letting go, people.
Yeah, and with that being said too, the intention piece, like, yeah, of course you want to have intention behind your content, right?
Yeah.
But when you're coming at it from the perspective of like, I need all of this external validation, I need these likes, I need,
Yeah.
and dropping back into like, I'm making this piece of content because it brings me so much joy and I'm so excited to do it, and I just want my message to get out there and reach the right people. You will see so much shift. You will see so much shift just naturally when you're coming from that place when you're content creating.
Absolutely. You start becoming the magnet rather than the chaser.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, let us know in the comments which one of these resonated the most. So, let's go over the tips one more time, just as an overview.
So, we got the follower list inventory,
Mm-hmm.
going through your followers, consuming more consciously, more conscious, uplifting content. Let's see, app limits.
Yep.
So, setting some parameters around the time that you're spending on these apps that, you know, you're on, and not sleeping with your phone next to your bed, under your pillow, putting it outside of your room, and emotionally detaching from the outcome.
Awesome. Let us know which one resonated the most. Subscribe if you feel called, and always take what you need, leave the rest, and most importantly, go love yourself, beautiful.